Okay, we have to talk about this. What in God's name is going on with these drones in New Jersey at the southern border, just popping up out of anywhere? And why in the world does nobody seem to know what's going on? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, watch this.
The fact that we don't know what's flying in our airspace is only the tip of the iceberg, what's to come. We have to fix this.
Today, lawmakers on Capitol Hill raised questions about the United States' ability to defend against drone attacks and counter-surveillance operations.
The American people are looking at us and they think that we're lying to them because they think, how could you possibly not have answers to drones flying over some of the most critical airspace in the country?
In recent months, swarms of unidentified drones flew over the Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, the southern border in Texas, and now nearly every night in New Jersey and New York for 3 weeks.
The president is where. So we're closely tracking the activity and coordinating closely with relevant agency, including DHS and FBI.
But the FBI doesn't have answers.
We're investigating, but I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that.
House Speaker Mike Johnson promises to keep working on it.
We need straight answers, of course. We are concerned about drones and all these new technologies and what it might mean for national security and the safety of the American citizen.
Any thought these might be dark programs?
I hope not. I don't believe so, but there's a lot of investigation going on, so we'll find out.
Congressman Jeff Van Drew tells Fox News he's concerned it could be a foreign adversary conducting surveillance, like last year's Chinese spy balloon.
China is one full decade ahead of us. And if this shows us anything, it shows us that we need to do better.
While the concern grows in New Jersey.
There's a lot of fear because there's no solid answers being provided.
If you live in New Jersey or you've seen these things, I just don't understand. I don't get it. What in the world is going on? Leave a comment down below. It is beyond any sense of realism or belief, or beyond belief, that it's almost 2025 in the United States of America. I know we've had the worst 4 years in the history of our country. It's been the darkest days to date in our glorious republic, but this just takes the cake. I mean, what in the world? How can the FBI, how can the people who we entrust to keep us protected, keep us informed, keep us, free and safe from harm, have no idea what these things are? I'm going to share with you some footage right here. Check out this footage of just an innocent citizen videotaping something that looks so freaky and scary. And then I'm going to share with you what the governor said. It's insane, but watch this footage. Check this out.
This is crazy. My God, look at it. That's not a plane. That is wild. Look at it. I can't. That's going way too fast. That's not. What's up with my camera? I had to go run in and get my camera. Nobody was gonna believe me. What's with my camera? Look at this thing. Is he... Jesus Christ. Insane.
Now, as startling as that footage might seem, by the way, let me know what you think in the comments down below of that footage. I'm going to just tell you something that maybe is going to make you want to click off this video or just not like me. I don't believe any of these lights in the sky, these, strange shape, or this, you know what, I'm done. We've been seeing, hearing, we've had footage of this stuff since I was a kid in the 70s and 80s. And I don't buy it. I'm just done. I'm done with oblique, nebulous, foggy footage of lights in the sky. I'm done with it. I don't believe a thing of it. I want conclusive evidence. I want to see the aliens face up close. I want an extreme close-up of their eyeballs. I want to hear them talk. I want to see it, and it better not be AI. I need something more conclusive. So this story, I've been kind of waiting to talk about this and report this, but what's really made me want to bring this to your attention is hearing from the actual people who are supposed to know better. If you remember the Chinese balloon, that story, I don't even understand how that wasn't a bigger story than it was. I mean, that was insane that we didn't shoot that thing down. We didn't actually, Biden didn't want to shoot it down, of course, because he's a vegetable. But the actual people who are, in our governing bodies, the agencies that are in control, in charge of intelligence, military, Pentagon, etc., they should have shot that down immediately. Now, what in the world is going on? This is what made me want to share this story with you, because this, to me, really sends chills up my spine. Watch this. This is New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, and listen to what he says when pressed about these drones.
The drones in New Jersey, in Morris County, 20, I don't know how many mayors sent a letter to you this morning asking for a clarification. What can you tell us? What is going on, and why is it taking so long to come up with an explanation?
Yeah, it's a good, I don't blame people for being frustrated. Let me say, most importantly, right up front, we see no evidence, and I say we, this includes Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, our state police, authorities at all levels of government. The most important point to say is we don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing. We had last night 49 sightings. I think 20 of them were over Hunterdon. Now those include.
Wait a minute. I have to stop. And this is about a minute or two long. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy just said that we don't know what the hell they are, but they're not a threat to safety. How do you know they're not call me crazy, putting two together. I'm just, I'm just your average Yogi Bear here. How do you know it's not a threat to safety if you have no idea what it is? If it's unknown and you've confirmed sightings, you've confirmed these are drones flying over critical airspace, how can you decipher that they're not a threat to safety if you have no idea what they are? Am I nuts? Let me know in the comments. Here, I'm going to continue this video.
I think I saw one mistaken a fixed-wing aircraft, a plane, a small Piper Cub, for instance, for a drone, or you saw one and that counts, and then I saw the same one and that counts. So we think these are overstated, but it's a non-zero number. I was on with the White House and Homeland Security leadership literally at the very top yesterday for pretty much all day. I'm hoping we'll get answers sooner than later. I would just ask folks to continue to let the FBI or their local law enforcement know when they see something, and we'll continue to do everything we can with our federal partners to get clearer answers.
Why is it so hard to get answers?
These are apparently as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. And we're obviously most concerned about sensitive targets and sensitive critical infrastructure. So we've got military assets, we've got utility assets, we've got the president-elect's one of his homes here. This is something we're taking deadly seriously. We've gotten good cooperation out of the feds, but we need more, and that was my plea.
Finally, how much longer do you think before
I don't know, but if we have news, I'll let you know. The minute we know something, I'm not going to hide it under a bushel.
Governor, you're going to have people saying, I saw a drone and it was spraying something, or I saw a drone crash in my yard and it set off an alarm when I tried to go near it. There's a lot of fear amongst New Jersey residents. I mean, what is your message?
Well, the message I just gave. But by the way, we're not aware of any nefarious drone that has crashed, or if there is one that's crashed, could someone please call me and let me know where that is? There are a couple of rumored downings for one reason or another. One of them was a toy. The other one was never found. But having our hands on equipment that's on the ground would be helpful, no question about it.
All right, so that was pretty useless information from the governor of New Jersey. It's great to hear that you're on it, Governor, but the fact that you're telling me that there's no threat, even though you have no idea what it is, and they seem to go dark when you want to try to look at them, is just, it's insane, to say the least. But listen to what Assistant Director of the FBI said right here. Check this out, and we'll come back and talk about it.
Let's just start with current events, and I'll ask an open-ended question. What is going on in New Jersey?
So, sir, the FBI and our Newark field office, along with the state and local partners there, the Bureau is actively investigating the situation you mentioned, just the unexplained sighting of drone activity over that part of New Jersey, including proximity to sensitive sites and areas of concern. So we do not attribute that to an individual or a group yet. We're investigating, but I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that, of one or more people that are responsible for those drone flights. But we're actively investigating. What the Bureau has done to aid our state and local partners is what we generally do, enlist the help of the interagency, enlist the help of the public. There's a tip line there, that 1-800-CALL-FBI, tips.fbi, for information from the public that could help us resolve this. It is concerning.
Is the public at risk? Is public safety at risk? Are we concerned that there are nefarious intentions that could cause either national security or a public safety incident that would put Americans at risk?
There's nothing that is known that would lead me to say that, but we just don't know, and that's the concerning part.
I think the fact that we have these unknown drones, UASs, that are flying over either critical or sensitive facilities is exactly why we're having this hearing. And Mr. Jones, actually for anybody on the panel, let me just say, we go back to last year, there were incidents, including Langley Air Force Base, where for over a week we had unknown drones flying over a very sensitive military installation with F-22s and other weapon systems on the ground. And I think that was cause for concern. So from a DHS standpoint, either on a border mission or from an FBI or DOJ, you mentioned, Mr. Wheeler, we don't necessarily have the authorities we need. Why can't we take action against these drones that are flying over sensitive sites? Why are we not taking action against drones that are flying over sensitive sites?
So authority exists to mitigate a UAS in flight when authorized, and that could certainly apply to a sensitive site. I would be a little measured in speaking for the Department of Defense for those sites that are in question here, but I will say that we're, for the FBI, in a position, close liaison relationship with the Department of Defense and those areas that you mentioned, and will help in every way possible. But for securing those particular sites in this way, it is a DoD equity.
Translation, we have no idea what the F we're talking about. We have no idea what's going on. There's a part of me that almost feels like that the bureaucracies that are and all the red tape and the 100-year-old methodologies and philosophies that are behind these outdated government agencies are just being outdone, outclassed by a bunch of probably really, really smart tech kids that are probably the same age as my son in junior high. There's a part of me that really thinks that could be true. It just could be this massive troll, and they might be taking recording or whatever, and it might come out later and they're going to be heroes to their girlfriends. I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks that. But then there's just this other part of me, and I'd love to get your thoughts on this too. Let me know in the comments down below. But then there's just this other part of me that, like, this unbelievable just failure, utter, complete failure of an administration, this Biden-Harris, which is a direct byproduct of, to me, the worst cancer that ever plagued our beautiful, beautiful republic, and the globe for that matter, which is why I really have kind of designated this channel to be the antidote to woke. It's these parasitic cancerous woke ideologies that have fueled this administration, that have fueled the darkest years of our entire glorious republic. Biden and Harris and every other bad actor in this administration have done nothing but put Americans at risk. Never mind the Chinese balloon, never mind these drones, which should be shot down. If Trump was in office, if Pete Hegseth was the director of the defense, that he should be Secretary of Defense, these things would be shot down before anybody would even have any whereabouts in the media. The fact, that's just one part. The Chinese balloon, this, but everything, the bedlam they've caused in the world. The Middle East is in the worst, most vitriolic state it's been in over 100 years, maybe even worse than that. The border crisis, the invasion of 18 plus million illegal, most of them criminal migrants that are now taking siege in cities all over America. The economy, the transgender invasion in our schools, our children, and other verticals and other industries, and just unbelievably bad anti-American ideas plaguing and have caused probably most of the stuff unheeded, invisible, and irreparable harm. That's the part I'm leaning on, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a bunch of 13-year-olds who are just outclassing this outdated, antiquated 100-year-old administration and bureaucracy, which makes me feel even more happy and elated that DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, Vivek and Elon, are going to take a machete to all of these useless, non-existent, wasteful, just completely not needed agencies and employees that are doing nothing. They're doing nothing. I'd love to get your thoughts on this. Let me know. I mean, I can't believe it's 2025 almost, and this is going on. I just can't believe it's going on in this day and age. This is something that might be happening in the 60s or 40s, yeah. But the fact that this is happening now, the fact that we have no clue, is beyond ridiculous. I mean, that's why the world is laughing. How do we not know? Am I crazy? How do we not know what it is? How do we not know with all the technology that we have, the advancements that we have? How do we not know? It's nuts. But I'd love to get your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments down below. By the way, I see you eyeing my 100% original made in the USA Nez Nation merch. Don't you love my hat? We got hats, we got mugs, we got shirts, we got hoodies, we got everything, backpacks, fanny packs. Go to, in the pinned comment, show notes, and description, or just go to professornez.com/merch. Get yours right now. Get your loved ones something unique this holiday season. You got to act now because we're not Amazon. I'm just full transparency. We can't get it to you in 24 hours. It's going to take a week or two. So order now so you can have it in time for Christmas. Also, check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. Also, sign up for our free newsletter in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. And as always, may God bless you. And may God bless the USA. I'll see you soon.